Tell me, what did you guys know about Marco Polo before being cast in the show?
I knew next to nothing about Marco Polo. I obviously am familiar with him as a famous explorer, but the world that John Fusco introduced all of us to through this project was something that I had no idea how rich it was.
I knew him in the context of the Silk Road, so I know that that was a very important trade route for a lot of merchants. So I knew him in that context, but not in terms of the relationship that he had with Kublai, which was obviously fascinating when we found out what had been written and what had been documented. So John again had done a lot of research. He himself had experienced the Silk Road himself, I think, with his son a few years ago, and I think he had opened up a world that was so fascinating and during the time in which the kingdoms were warring, so that set within that kind of framework, there's so much room to play, you know.
Yeah. Does it strike the two of you, because it always strikes me as a TV fan, as a viewer, when there's someone as famous as Marco Polo, not a lot of people know his details, but everyone knows his name. It kind of strikes me that a proper series hasn't been done yet at this point through history. Do you guys ever feel that way about, like, oh yeah, I can't believe that story was never really told for TV?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's obviously we live in a time where there's a great deal of navel gazing, with the devices that we have that occupy so much of our time, that the subject of history, is lost. Many subjects of history are lost, and so to revisit this is great because I just hope that it reinvigorates curiosity about that time. Or even, with respect to, I always say space travel or deep sea exploration, that spirit of adventure, I think, I would love for the show to inspire that.
Oh, great. Okay. And can you guys walk us through individually your characters and how you interact with, obviously, the titular character and when your story arc really kicks in the 10 episodes?
So, Chin Han and I both get to play characters who existed in real life. I play a woman who was famous as an imperial concubine, but became a historical footnote to her brother, Chancellor Jia Dao. For the sake of our show, we call her Mei Lin, and I describe her as the girl from the wrong side of the tracks, just 800 years ago in China. And our take of her, she's this fierce warrior who will do whatever it takes to protect her daughter.
And Jia Dao is the chancellor of a kingdom in transition, and he is looking to protect his dynasty the best he can. Obviously, he has certain compulsions that some may feel are extreme, but he feels that's the only way he can save his kingdom. He's a patriot at heart, basically.
Okay.
A very Machiavellian patriot.
And a Machiavellian one at that.
And final question for you guys. Can you guys just tell me, this is a Netflix series, so I have to ask, are you guys binge watchers? Because I know I'm going to binge watch this.
I'm compulsive binge watcher on Netflix, yes.
What did I hear?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I love, I go to the movies more than I actually watch television.
Okay.
So the fact that I can binge watch this is more like my usual viewing habits. You know? So I absolutely would binge watch this.